The Hawkeye show is so good, it's crazy. Alright, now, cut the music. Hear me out. I wanted to make a really long, in-depth video covering the Hawkeye show from episode 1 all the way to episode 6, but I realized that might be a waste of time. I'm gathering this from the poll info, and I'm also gathering this from the fact that in my last review, I got about 6 views, and I don't think that's worth making. So if you are hearing this, lovely people, would you want that? I'm more than happy to make it, and I'll make it really good too, don't worry about that. I just need the go-ahead from you. Is that something you'd watch? If so, put it in the comments. If so, not, then also put it in the comments. Just type a comment no matter what. So until I can get the confirmation on whether to make or to not make the full in-depth video, I'm gonna make a very simple, straightforward, short video covering the series. The first thing I really want to mention is how the MCU's kind of lost me, and I thought that was practically impossible to do because I was really caught on with everything. But it definitely threw me for a loop because I do not know a lot of the stuff that's going on at the moment. But walking into the show, I felt like if there's too many connections, I might not understand everything and it might just overwhelm me. But luckily, there isn't. The show has just enough connections to make it feel like part of a bigger story, but is still fairly tight in a way where you can enjoy it on its own. I think it really works in the show's favor, and it's probably one of my favorite things about the series. Some people often make the argument that Clint doesn't get enough attention or screen time, but I think he does get all he needs. We do see a different side to him, which was always going to be a difficult task to do because we've known him practically since the start. So to be able to still uncover more about him is pretty impressive. The main thing we see is how he's coping with Nat's death and is trying to be a family man again. Now maybe he did deserve more screen time, I'm not gonna deny it, but for what he did get, he did brilliantly with it. And Jeremy Renner, I mean, honestly controversial choice, I love him as Hawkeye. Hang me, but I literally will not take that back. Moving over to Kate Bishop, who might actually be my favorite newcomer to the MCU. Her character is quite overconfident, but I think the kind-heartedness really makes up for it and makes you like her as a character, and she is probably definitely the best character of the show. Yelena's scenes, although few, were fairly good, and one of the latter scenes in the show may actually be one of my favorites in the entire cinematic universe. Now, obviously, I can't show it because I don't know how much Mickey Mouse would like that. He might actually just attack me. So it's the whistling scene. You can look it up on YouTube. Now, Fisk didn't do much. That might be one of the things holding the show back. And controversial choice, his lackeys were, I think, really good. Obviously, as characters and as villains, they accomplished nothing, absolutely nothing. But as just lackeys in a show, I think they embody comic book goofy little villain lackeys whose only purpose is to get beaten up to a T. Kinda like the stormtroopers in Star Wars who just get beaten up, that's their only life purpose. And also those CGI monster faces in all those Avengers movies. All the arrow action definitely did not underwhelm, and the car scene was shot immensely well. Some of the show's quote-unquote twists are quite predictable, but I like that idea because some of these shows just try to throw as many curveballs in just to keep you watching, and I think that's a very stupid thing to do, so I like that this show doesn't rely on them. Originally, just like a lot of other people, I came for the plot. But I stayed for what I really truly believed was a good series. I want to see more Kate and Yelena stuff in the future. It doesn't even need to be shows and movies. I just want to see them in other stuff, really. They work both as a duo, and I think they both work separately on their own just perfectly. Just perfect. That's not a word. Just fine. Alright, that's better. Apparently, there are rumors that Kate might be in the Ant-Man thing to assemble the Young Avengers or some shit. I doubt it. But I hope she is, honestly. I think that would make for a really good cameo. Like I mentioned earlier, I'm happy to go more in depth. It's all about if you want me to. So, I've got to give it a ranking. Probably the most controversial one. But fuck it. 9 out of 10. Criminally underrated. Try and change my mind. good luck, because you can't. Thank you all for the recent support, and I've got an Instagram now. Haha, you thought I was gonna say goodbye. No. Yeah, got an Instagram. You don't follow it. I don't even know I'm putting this in. Subscribe, like, all that jazz. And bye bye.